All right, welcome everybody. This is the 21-day active grandparenting wellness reset. And this program is where we can get 3 months worth of work done in 3 weeks if you really focus and follow the program. So this is not a diet, but everyone who ever takes the program loses weight. And that's not because of calorie restriction. It's because we get the inflammation in our bodies down. So
Mm,
this is so important because that low level inflammation is something called IgG inflammation. And what that IgG inflammation, what happens when we get that? And we get that from all sorts of things. We get it from our habits. Hey, and I'm just going to ask everybody, I'm going to mute you all for while I'm talking, okay? All right. So what the IgG inflammation does, it's super sneaky. Like you don't even know you have it. But what you do notice is that you just don't feel like vibrant and excited and freaking amazing when you wake up in the morning. So meh sort of has become like this new normal and you get used to it. So that low level inflammation that we don't even know we have is linked to every single lifestyle disease you never want to get. So it's linked to cancer, it's linked to neurological decline, it's linked to diabetes. It is the thing that ages us faster than anything else. So it's linked to inflammation. That's what it's called. It's inflammation that ages your body prematurely. So it's not your fault if you think you're doing everything right. And that's a big thing. As women, we are really good about prioritizing our kids, making sure that our kids have everything that they need, and our grandkids have everything. Raise your hand. Did you ever get your kids a tutor or a coach for something? Yeah, we would stop at nothing as parents to make sure our kids had every possible advantage to succeed, to be healthy. But yet, as women, we do this thing where we like nickel and dime ourselves, and we're like, well, I know a lot. I know I should walk more. I know I should eat more vegetables. Guys, if it was easy, you would have done it already. And that's why you're here. You are so tired of just not knowing how to actually take what you know and turn it into this vibrant, energized way of living. So, to tell you a little bit about me, because you look at me, you might look at me on social media, you might not even know how you found me. And a lot of people look and they're like, "Oh, well, doesn't her life look perfect? Doesn't she is it's probably easy for her." Well, I want to tell you, in my 50s, I had a devastating personal decade. Um, I was having my marriage was in trouble. We got into financial trouble. My husband was in a partnership with somebody who was a taker. My husband's a giver. That never works out well. My mother had breast cancer that came back. My father, who is estranged from all four of his kids, we figured out he had Alzheimer's. I'm the oldest child. Hello, you know what that means. My husband and I had to step in and deal with that. I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. My last kid went off to college. So over 10 years, I saw my life go from being this. I was vibrant, I was involved, I was like the go-to girl. Ask Kristen, she knows. And I just my world got smaller and smaller and smaller to the point where I could every day when I woke up, I was like, how am I going to get through this day? Like, I was anxious. Like, I woke up anxious. And every day I just did my best to get through the day. And then I got into bed at night and I it was like somebody plugged me in. I couldn't go to sleep. I was wide awake. So I'm not sleeping. I'm filled with anxiety. I'm a wellness coach. I'm drinking too much coffee. I'm having wine at 5. Like, I'm doing all the wrong things for the right reasons, right? I'm just trying to get through. So when I get to the one day where I wake up and I'm like, okay, this cannot be what the universe had in mind for me. Like, I can't believe life is supposed to be like this. And I realized I couldn't control everything, but what I could control was what I put in my mouth, what I put in my mind, and what I did to my body. So I started with hydration. And guys, this is like 12 years ago. So I started with hydration and I really went deep into the research because I had no money, right? We got in financial trouble to the point where we had to sell our house to pay our debt. Like, it wasn't pretty. These were real life struggles that sapped my soul. And so I started with hydration. And when I read about the power of hydration and how it was linked to everything I wanted to change, how it was linked to my energy and my stress and my sleep and my exercise and my mood. So I doubled down on hydration. I became an expert in hydration. So hydration is a core training that this program builds on. You may think you're drinking enough water, but I am here to tell you, you don't have a hydration practice. You're drinking water, but that is different than a practice. And what I love about the word practice is it's like eating, it's like sleeping, it's like exercise, it's like prayer, it's like meditation. If it's a practice, we can improve it. And every day is an opportunity. So I want a commitment. Raise your hands. You're in with the hydration. You're going to follow the program. Okay. It's winter. It's cold. It means we have less of a sense of thirst. So I'm going to give you all my best hacks. This works, guys. You've got to trust me and you've got to, really commit to doing the hydration part of this program. It's the hardest part. Yeah, Sarah, you are absolutely right. That and giving up the coffee. I'm just saying, giving up the coffee is, the alcohol, no problem for people. Giving up the coffee is like, people are like, can't I just have a half a cup of half calf? No, no coffee, period. Not for 21 days. But the hydration's going to help you with that. So I started with the hydration for me. And, this is why this program works. I didn't have any special resources when I started to build my life back. I didn't. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a support group because I want to tell you, when your life goes into the dumpster, all the people who have been your friends get really tired of hearing about what's not working for you. Okay. It's somehow threatening to people to hear that your marriage might be in trouble, or like, people can't even believe you. I forget what it's called when you're walking around and you're talking to people, but you're not there. Oh, I was disassociating on a regular basis. Like, I look back now and I'm like, oh my God, I was clinically depressed and I had no idea. Now, while all this is happening, my thyroid function is completely shot, right? So my blood works. I had a doctor once say to me, "Oh my God, Kristen, I know you're saying, you've got all this anxiety and your sleep is compromised and, you're having, all this other stuff going on, but your blood work, I wish I had your blood work." And that's when I realized that blood work doesn't tell the whole story. And so many of us as women have that secondary issue of hormones. So in this program, we're going to focus on getting your blood sugar balanced so that your hormones start the day balanced, so that your sleep gets better, so that you have more energy to deal with real life shit, and the truth of the matter is, stuff is going to happen. We just need to be ready for it. And as active agers and active grandparents, it's a gift we give our family to prioritize our own health and wellness because we can't keep showing up and being helpful if we need help ourselves. So I started with water. It helped me kind of get myself a little more centered. It improved my energy, but I still wasn't sleeping. So then I started going to the gym at 5 a.m. because, and you're going to learn a lot about sleep in this program. I'm going to give you um, a lot of sleep tips that you will find really helpful. But here's the deal. Your most productive sleep is between 10 and 1 a.m. And when I started to become a researcher on sleep, because my own sleep was so awful, I really found out that all that lying in bed, from 4 a.m. when I was awake on was just, I wasn't getting anything done. I'd already had my most productive sleep. So I started going to the gym. And this is what I call found time. So if you want more time for you, more time to get your energy and your mood aligned with your goals for what you want your life to look like, harness some found time. Get up a little bit earlier. Start getting up a half an hour earlier, then make it an hour earlier. Don't waste your time on your phone unless you're using your phone to help you do a meditation or something like that. But get some more time for you so that when you start the day, you're already in a good place because that's going to bring more good energy your way. That's going to help you stay motivated for this program. So I started with hydration, then I added some exercise. Guess what the exercise did? It improved my sleep. So now I'm helping get rid of my stress because I'm exercising more. I'm actually tired at the end of the day. I'm getting in bed, I'm reading a paper book, I'm falling asleep faster, I'm staying asleep longer, I'm waking up with more energy. So, what does that give me? It gives me better tools to handle all the other things that I had no control over that were really taking me down. And as women, we are used to being all things to all people, to prioritizing everybody else's needs above our own. And you're here in this program for the next 21 days. You're committed, you put some skin in the game, you bought the program, and now commit to doing the work. Now, nothing in this isn't a diet. I'm not going to ask you to do anything weird. This is about getting you back to your factory settings, getting you back to the basics of how your body can help heal and repair you. So, your body is brilliant. It is designed to keep you healthy and safe and strong. But it's our habits that got away from what we were born knowing. So anyone who's a grandparent in this course, you observe this. You have now this new set of eyes about how we develop our habits because you're seeing tabula rasa. We don't even remember what it was like to be parents. It was so long ago. But we did the best we could with the information we have. But as grandparents, we're like observers, and our kids are so well informed because they have all the information they need on their phones. They don't need us to parent them. They need us to partner with them. And that's part of what we're going to focus on in this program is how we can keep showing up for the people we love as the best version of ourselves because we can't be helpful if we need help ourselves.